We're bringing you this week's vlog from Westminster. It can't have passed you by that the next election has been called for July the 4th. This is a great opportunity for you to get engaged with the future of food and farming. The building behind us has a huge impact on the way that we farm, the policies that are put in place, and you, our members on the ground, have a critical role to play over the coming weeks. We want you to engage with all political parties, to put forward the story of farming and why we're such a crucial part of the country's economy, underpinning the £120 billion food and drink sector. And we really do need you to engage. I'm now going to hand over to Scott to talk about the role that you can play. Scott.
Thanks, Tom. The great news is that the NFU is already really well prepared for this election. Our manifesto was published in December, it's already been downloaded 2,000 times, and is already making a real impact with the political parties. If you go onto NFU online, you can see a timeline of all the times that political parties have reflected on our manifesto and changed their policies. The key now is to meet candidates across the country from all parties. Again, thanks to regional colleagues, we've already made huge progress on this. We're in touch with more than 300 candidates already, and nearly 200 have been met. But there's more work to do. If you want to host candidate meetings on farm, then you can, and we'd really encourage you to do so. Please be in touch with your county advisor. Between them and us and you, we have all the resources we need. That includes briefings on all of our asks from the manifestos, as well as regional data sheets, so you can highlight the impact and the contribution that agriculture makes to your area.
This really is a fantastic opportunity for Team NFU to put themselves forward to make sure that the whole of England and Wales understands the role of food and farming in underpinning our rural economies. And I urge you all to get involved. Thank you very, very much for listening to this week's vlog. Next week, we will be going into more detail about the SFI announcements, the Blue Tongue webinar, and many other policy areas which we will continue working on in the background. But today is all about the election and the role that you can play in making sure that farming's voice is heard. We've just received an important announcement out of government. The Farm Recovery Fund will be significantly expanded. This has been an absolute priority for the NFU since the inadequacies of that first announcement became clear, and we very much welcome today's clarity. We now believe some 8,000 to 10,000 members should be eligible for the scheme, with a much greater geographic coverage than previously. We've also heard that the second BPS payment, which would have been made in December, will now be made in September. Now, while this isn't new money, having access to that cash within the cash flow of our farms in September should help the immediate pressures. We've been working on something called the Farm Business Infrastructure Loan Scheme. Senior office holders and senior NFU staff came up with this scheme. We presented it to Policy Board and to Council, and we've been working very closely with DEFRA officials to look at the eligibility and how it could work. It's modelled on the COVID recovery schemes, so the interest rates would be supported. It would put significant cash into the industry, which would have been underwritten by government, but would have been very, very affordable for the taxpayer. We now hope that whoever is in government on July the 5th will look very seriously at the details of the scheme and recognise that it will help farmers invest in the future of food production and overcome the challenges that we're facing today. Thank you very much.